It was so well worth it. It was such an honor to host the annual Japan Parade this Saturday, where thousands of people came out to celebrate and share the Japanese culture. More than 2,500 people from different organizations marched in the parade, from dancers to Taiko drummers to martial arts groups, you name it, you saw it, all on display right there along the red carpet. This is Central Park West, and look at that. Of course, we honored Christy Yamaguchi. She was the Grand Marshal for this year's parade. She's California's own darling. We know her as the Olympic gold medalist in figure skating, and she talked about the importance of coming out of the pandemic stronger, especially for the AAPI community.
It's so great that this parade is happening during AAPI Month, and you know, I think there is a lot to be celebrated. I think you know, the Asian American community has gone through a lot in the last 3 years, and I think we've seen a lot of negative things, you know, directed toward Asian Americans, and some violence, which you know, we need to recognize and to acknowledge, and to, you know, try to bring more understanding.
Now, she is such an icon in sports, and she was actually the first Asian American to win a gold medal in the Winter Olympics. This was back in 1992. So, of course, I had to ask her about the journey for women in sports.
I'm all for, you know, the advancement of women in sports, for everything, opportunity, you know, training conditions, equal pay, all of that. I think we've come a long way, but there's definitely still work to be done. Sports has so many amazing things to offer, young girls and women, and so many life lessons to be learned from it and to take into for the rest of your life. So, you know, I hope we continue to encourage that.
And Christy is doing such great work with her foundation. It's Always Dream Foundation, where she promotes childhood literacy in underserved communities. And she has a saying, you know, she was going up against these skating icons at her time. So we're talking about Tanya Harding and Miyagi Ito doing difficult tricks that she couldn't even do. But her motto and mindset was, do your best, forget the rest.
I love it.
Yeah, something we could all borrow, right?
Absolutely.
To this day. Just we all have to do our best, forget the rest.
And you've been, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say probably the same thing that you're about to say.
Well, you
You've
do
been doing this since what, 20, how long?
2007 is when the first Japan Day in Central Park started. Yeah, and it all started back when I started my career in New York City, and that's how I got involved. But it's a charity that is just growing and is so helpful, you know, to just spread that culture and tradition with everyone. So
then making the trip back, you know what I mean? All the way back from LA. That just goes to show you how close this is to your heart.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.